Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Undergraduate Pilot Training Graduation Ceremony for Class 2515. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Alex Priscilla, Commander, 3rd Flying Training Squadron, training students in IDT-1 Chicago.
And I'm Lieutenant Colonel Julie Rainwaters, Commander, 71st Student Squadron.
Today's ceremony is a once-in-a-lifetime event. We encourage you to come forward and take pictures or videos with your loved ones presented with an award or their wings. For your planning purposes, the wings are presented by rank and in alphabetical order.
Please stand for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the national anthem of the United States, followed by the invocation to the March Afterwards for the movement.
As I pray my tradition, I would invite you to pray yours, or you may simply observe the moment of silence. Let's pray. Dear Lord, I'm personally very grateful for the immense privilege it is to come before you now. I'm here before you today, along with so many here to celebrate the hard work and dedication of these graduates. Thank you, Lord, that they are joined not only by their fellow pilots, but family members and friends. Thank you that by your great and mighty hand you have kept us safe up to this point. And today, in this moment, as we are reflecting on and celebrating this milestone, I ask you to settle their hearts and minds. Settle them during the busyness of training, of celebration, that they may recall the loved ones, fellow students, instructors, and commanders who helped them get here. Please remind them that this is not a journey that they travel alone. I do ask that in your amazing and divine providence, you empower these pilots to become the greatest leaders that the Air Force has ever seen. Use them to lead in their upcoming training and in their careers, so that we are even better equipped to engage the threats we face as a nation. Remind them, however, Lord God, that they are also part of the team. They are part of something with a global impact and are surrounded by other officers and enlisted personnel who are the backbone of our force. Help them to be the kind of officers that lead by example in their professional and in their personal lives. In their personal lives, God, I ask that you help them to strive for the ability to be the kind of person who's continually contributing to a healthy home and not making that a secondary practice. Help them to be truly present when they are with their loved ones, as the missions will always be on their minds. Help them to aim towards finding a healthy balance of being an excellent officer and a father or a mother, a husband or a wife, a brother or a sister. Thank you, God, once again for the great privilege of being able to come here and celebrate with them. Thank you, God, for who you made them to be. These things I pray in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Gilmore. Please enter the minutes.
Today, 42 officers will receive their wings. On behalf of Colonel Joshua Levy, Commander, 71st Flying Training Wing, I would like to welcome the family and friends of Class 2515, as well as several members of Team Vance, including squadron commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, spouses, and our ASRC and MSN contractors.
We are honored to have the following guests for our civil and leadership period support graduates. Representing the mayor of Enid, the former mayor, Mr. George Pinkham. Command Chief, 71st Flying Training Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Harvey McReynolds Jr. and his spouse, Master Sergeant Christine McReynolds. The Airman of the Month in the 71st Medical Group, Airman First Class Anthony DiMartino. Deputy Commander, 71st Flying Training Wing, Colonel Carl Miller III. The Commander, 71st Operations Group, Colonel Eric Sept. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 71st Operations Group, Chief Master Sergeant Bo Warner. Commander, 71st Mission Support Group, Colonel Benjamin Chance. The Senior Enlisted Leader, 71st Mission Support Group, Chief Master Sergeant Adam Merrill. Representing the Commander, 71st Medical Group, Lieutenant Colonel Elizabeth Tony. Representing the Senior Enlisted Leader, 71st Medical Group, Master Sergeant Hilton Gonzalez. We are also honored to have the following distinguished visitors and special guests of Class 2515. Please stand or wave your hand to be recognized. On behalf of Second Lieutenant William N. Johnson, Colonel Gregory Johnson, United States Air Force retired, and his spouse Stephanie. On behalf of Captain Bryce A. Marshall, Chief Master Sergeant Wayne Marshall, United States Air Force retired, and his spouse Francine. On behalf of Second Lieutenant Okla Musselman, prior graduate of Vance Air Force Base Class 0210, Lieutenant Colonel Gregory Musselman, United States Air Force retired, and his spouse Cynthia.
We would also like to give a warm welcome to our guest speaker, Brigadier General Tara Nolan, Mobilization Assistant to the Commander, Air Forces Southern, Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona. And the Commander, 71st Flying Training Wing, Colonel Joshua Lumby, and his spouse, Sept. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Lumby.
All right, good morning. Great class here. This is my first time doing the combined class and AU class, but it's great to see an expanding audience. We only have limited on capacity. We do it in our auditorium, so it's great to see a few groups here to celebrate a momentous occasion. So, welcome everybody here for graduation of Vance Air Force Base in Enid, America. Today is an incredible day in the lives of these new aviators, as we recognize the combined Undergraduate Pilot Training Class 2515. It's awesome. Couple of special guests, George Pinkham, thank you so much for being here. We could not do what we do without the support of the city, so thank you for representing the city. Thank you for the service that you provide to the space as well as the entire mayor. And just a couple weeks ago, we were Retiree Appreciation Day. I know you poured a lot of heart and soul into this week, so thank you. And thank you as well for your prior service as well as the previous mayor. Really appreciate it. To members of Team Vance that are here with us this morning, welcome and thank you. This This day would not be possible without the efforts of all of you and our airmen. I'd also like to welcome our fellow service members and all veterans that are here with us today. We did call out a few, so parents Bryce Marshall, retired Chief Marshall, and spouse Francine. I know previous medical Chief of Medical Operations, welcome. To Colonel Greg Johnson and Sept. I know you graduated from different UPT base and Jet, Shepherd. We still like having you here as well. Thank you for your service serving as a fire FTC pilot. And then the final one, Second Lieutenant Okla Musselman's parents, Colonel Greg Musselman and spouse Cynthia. Welcome back to Vance Air Force Base. So he's a graduate of the 0210 class, and I'm starting to feel a little guilty. I'm an 0504 guy, and then we'll start to see parents and generations start to catch up. So I'll get that point now too. Welcome back to Vance and for your service as well. Flying 135 and International Guard. Another kind of correction too. So DN is our Airman Month, not medical, but a RAPCON member. So he's out there hiding in the shadows of Europe and RAPCON for the air force are controlling all the airspace outside the tower. So he's actually seeing daylight for the first time today. But we're proud of him being in the month, and he'll be here this morning, but he'll also be at the graduation ceremony. See him out. Please say hi and thank you for his service. To all the family members and friends of our combined class of 2515, welcome to today's ceremony. You provide our graduates the principles, the moral compass, and the work ethic that help them make it through a very demanding program. Thank you for everything you've done to get them to this point, and being here to share this great day with us. Please round of applause for all of our attendees. For those of you that don't know, Vance Air Force Base is one of 4 undergraduate pilot training bases. I would say the best of those 4 for the record. But our mission here is to deliver highly qualified aviators for follow-on training in a variety of aircraft across our United States Air Force. Vance Air Force Base today is delivering nearly 38,000 undergraduate pilots. That dates back to 1941. We've got a number of kind of honorary folks that have come out of Vance. We've got 2 Medal of Honor recipients of World War II P-51As, 7 astronauts, over 200 general officers, which includes the F-15 chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Richard Myers. FAPES is a term we love out here, First Assignment Instructor Pilots. Those are the folks that follow right back. We've got a couple notables there as well. General Ron Bozeman, who was to be the Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force, and Pauline Collins, who was a spaceship shuttle captain. Class 2515, make no mistake, you are graduating on sacred ground. Air Force Service is walking the halls and learn how to be a pilot in the airplane at the end on that class. I know you're going to follow in their footsteps and make all of us get proud. Class 2515, in the seats next to you, our fellow airmen friends with whom you have a special bond. Some of you might be sitting next to somebody that you're seeing for the first time. We say we're combining 2 classes and you. But I hope, obviously, you guys worked very hard along the way. But hopefully, you had a lot of fun along the way as well. But in the end, you're here today to graduate and pilots in our United States Air Force. You've experienced the wonder of flight, and now know what it means to master something extremely different. Most importantly, you understand the support system it takes to get through here goes beyond just yourself. It requires an entire team. We're here to celebrate all of you. We usually say our front rows, it's like 5 or 6 rows here today. But understand it takes a total team. It takes a total team to get all of you into the air every day, and I'm super proud of the collective effort that contributed to Class 2515's graduation. We pour a ton of resources into these men and women. In fact, we pour over $1 million into each one of them to turn them into the Air Force's next generation of aviators. However, money alone will not get them to this point. It takes a joint effort of over 2,600 airmen, contractors, and civilians here that comprise Team Vance. Whether supporting, generating, or executing the flying mission, all play a vital role in the graduation of this class. Among that team, I'd like to highlight 3 groups. First, Although, I'm looking around the audience here, I see a few, they are the least represented in this audience. The first group is our instructor pilots. These men and women have molded our graduates into professional aviators, and they deserve special thanks. You'll notice that there are very few like these in the audience because there is no break for them. They are already working with the next group of students in the next class, molding them into the best pilots in the world. Please join me with a round of applause for our instructor pilots. These are amazing team of professionals who maintain the aircraft. And I hear some music to my ears out there right now, buzzing in the T6. If you didn't already know, pilots are pretty darn good at bringing airplanes. Our team does a pretty good job of keeping our fleet back in the air, despite all kinds of challenges that we do on a daily and weekly basis. We've got an incredible team of government civilians and contractors who are critical to the mission, and we certainly can't do this without them. Thank you to our MAQ and our Mentum teams, and for ensuring our fleet of nearly 200 aircraft are ready to go at the seaport. Please round of applause for them. All right, third is the amazing men and women that make up our support and medical groups. Defenders, services, finance, MPF, dental, flight medicine, those are just a few that help comprise that support medical group. The wings you are about to receive would not be possible without their support and dedication to the mission, and I know that each one of them are as proud of you as I am. Please round of applause for the support. All right, on behalf of Team Vance, I want to say congratulations and welcome to the family of military aviators. It is now I have the privilege to introduce our guest speaker for today's graduation. Brigadier General Tara Nolan graduated from the United States Air Force in 1994. She has a long and distinguished career that actually started as a logistics officer before making that jump over to UPT and earning her wings right here at Vance Air Force Base in 1999. She's a senior pilot with 1,650 hours in the C-130E, the H-3, the T-1, and the T-37, what I've got experience with as well. I love the T-6 though. Brigadier General Nolan is the mobilization assistant for the Air Force's Southern Commander, where she supports U.S. Southern Command to deter aggression, defeat threats, rapidly respond to crises, and work with our allies and partners to build regional capacity and ensure secure, free, and prosperous Western Hemisphere. I'm beyond excited to hear the insights and advice she has to provide to Class 2515. Please join me in welcoming back to the Vance Air Force Base, one of our very own, Brigadier General Tara Nolan.
Stay behind the mic. So I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to the class about, and I decided I remembered I liked Will Smith before the punch. I remember reading, he said, I can't really give you advice because I don't know your life. But what I can do is I can share some experiences that I've had, and maybe you'll be able to take something from that you go, you know what, I think I can use that. That might help me in my situation. So what I've done is I've come up with 3 things that I think are very important for me in my life now, and probably would have helped me, when you wish you knew back then. And that's what I want to do. I'm going to ask the class, after I get done with each story, to either give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or maybe a bounce a little bit. And so we'll just kind of go forward that way. So the first thing that I wanted to share was what you guys are doing today, what you accomplished. It's pretty great. And I think it's hard because in the Air Force you bounce between being, how was the point of all shots? That's no big deal. You don't want to be on the other end, you're like, but you want to take a big measure of what you've done. And I think I didn't really realize it until I was in the tank. I live in Colorado Springs, so And it was very interesting. I brought one of the members with me. She was a commercial pilot, civilian instructor. She's like, I think I might want to fly to be a DOS instructor. I said, yeah, well, come down and we'll sit down with one of the instructors. I'll talk you through a typical profile and do that. So we went and sat down, and one of the instructors at DOS just kind of said, you know, yeah, we are trying to do our checklist, and do this checklist, and take off and do this checklist, and do our next checklist. And you know that cartoon you see where someone's on a roller coaster and their hair is just like blowing back? She was just sitting there, but it was just like, and she was like, when do you look out the window? But I looked at the instructor, and we were puzzled for a minute. And I was like, what do you mean? So, you learn, I think people say, you know, you teach a monkey to fly, or you teach anyone to fly. That may be true, but you guys are Air Force pilots. You learn how to fly an airplane in a very condensed amount of time, in a very specific way. And that is very unique. So just walk out of here and take a tour. The next thing is you're at the point of your life now where you kind of know your strengths and you know your weaknesses. So I would suggest you consider this point of your life, wherever you are, building a team to round out so that you have people that cover down on the things that you're not good. Because we all have blind spots. If you can see them, you know what happened. And figuring out, like in every job, I was talking to some of the students this morning, they were like, what was your best job? And every job is so different. And it's almost like for my career, every job is a different piece of the puzzle to put it together. So if you can start figuring out, these are the things I'm really good at, this is what I contribute, and then who I need to have around me to fill that out, I would suggest you start thinking about how you want to do that. So when I learned this from my interview with Squadron Commander, when I was the MSG, every time I had complete turnover, so I had to hire all new commanders. And I decided I brought the ops group commander, the maintenance commander, the medical group commander, and the chief, or all perform the interview with him. I didn't have to do that, I could have just hired whatever I wanted. But we did, we had a whole panel, and I would get everybody's opinion, because the way I looked at it, every day I was bringing it to the MSG, I was taking it to the next level, I was bringing it into the best, and be part of the wing. And I wanted everybody to have some bias, so we hired the wrong guy, like, you guys are all sitting there. But we were having a big difficulty finding someone for the LRS. And I got a recommendation for a colonel, he came in. And it was kind of an even split. He didn't interview really well, but I had some really strong recommendations from people outside of the room. But one of the people that interviewed was the chief wasn't available, so the senior NCO was there, and he really didn't like the story we should. This guy who's also could be a little bit high strung. So what I did is I called the chief and said, Chief, you weren't part of the interview, but here's his colonel's number. Call him. You interview him, talk to him, and you call me this evening, let me know if we're going to hire this guy. And so about 2 hours later, I got a phone call, and he's like, I think it's going to be okay, and I'll talk to Steve. So, but it was way worth it. So that was a technique that really worked well. So that's something that you guys can do. When I got hired for my first Guard command, afterwards, I walked out of the interview, and the chief intercepted me, and we had a conversation. It was a little slow, but I was like, oh, that was actually the interview. The third thing that I wanted to share with all of you is, it's not a matter of if, it's going to be when you screw up. It's going to happen. And when you're going to head out in your careers, you're just going to end up doing things that you're going to, how did I get here? So we had a mission that started out at Al-Qadis. At that point, we were only flying in Iraq. And somehow there's a weird day, we kept getting refrag. Went down around Kandahar, Bagram, we ended up all the way at Manas and Kurdistan. So it's like the end of it was going on, 24-hour day. And we got there, we were just gonna be on the ground, like mid-time, we shut down engines into your back as your rest was happening. So we got out and we went, and instead of just giving us our place to sleep, they were like, we missed the process of this. And I think about the time when they were lecturing us about how we use the men's bathroom, when we use the women's bathroom, I was just like, because the chow hall was getting ready to close. My crew hadn't eaten in about 10 hours. And so, okay, we got there, went to the chow hall, you can't be there with the weapons. So we could turn our weapons in. So we get to the armory, and there's no one behind the desk, there's just a big piece of plywood on it. There's a guy sitting over in the corner like this, he doesn't have his top on, he's got some kind of, not weapons, but it's so big you can't even clean it. And I'm like, can you help us? And he's like, so I go and I try to bang on this piece of plywood, and if you were banging on plywood, I just bloody my knuckles a little bit. The guy just sitting there. And the chow hall is very closed. So I'm walking around looking for a rock or something I can bang on this thing with. There's nothing, and I'm just like, Took that weapon out, turned it around. Bam! The guy sitting over there is like, you can't. He's like, so we took the plywood out. Yes, please give us your weapons. And turned our weapons in. Got to the chow hall right when they were closing. I'm sitting down, I'm happy eating. I'm like, and all of a sudden this colonel comes. Sits down, and I'm like, he's like, are you the female major that was just over at the armory? Taking a look around the room. There's not even another woman in the room. I said, ma'am, would you believe me if I said no? She's like, she's like, yeah, so like, do you think you could put together like a PowerPoint presentation for me about why that was wrong? And I just said, no. So I just, so she gets up and just kind of walks away and put my food down. Because bad news doesn't get there, right? So I've got to go find the phone. I have to go back to the people that just given me the lecture about my using the men's bathroom. So I got the phone, I called the boss, and he was just quiet for a minute. No. It's like, so I went and we were down for maybe 6 hours of crew rest at this point. So I go to bed, wake up the next morning, and beat my crew out in front. All right, let's go get our weapons. Like, we got the weapon already. So, not proud of that. I was tired. It was a long day. I was trying to take care of my crew. I could go on and on with all the reasons. But, things are going to happen, and own up to your mistakes as quickly and early as you can. I had to give several briefings about why that was wrong, and I also had to go back for training. Probably not the moral of the story, but they went when I went to my training, they said, that gun's really safe, it never really gone off. And actually someone at some point as well said, pre-produced the Far Side cartoon. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a cowboy up on the roof, and a couple on the ground, and the guy's got his caddies up on the roof, and he's got his gun, and he's dancing, shaking. So, just own your mistakes, tell the truth, you'll be okay. Hopefully no one can relate to that story. Yeah. Things can happen, and you just can't figure it out. So you guys are heading out in the world. So take full measure of what you've done. You've done something, have that as confidence. No one can take that from you. You've done something incredible and own it. Build your team, you gotta have blind spots. Try to build that team around you everywhere you go. Just know it's not if, it's when you're going to screw up. And when you can, try to have that grace for other people as well, right? Because we all have our turn on that day. Really cool to get to stand up here and talk to you guys. see if you at this point, you're about to go on a big adventure. So, congratulations. Go out and do big things.
Thank you, General Nolan. Captain Alberto Rivera Santana and Second Lieutenant Albert Menapol from Class 2515 would like to present you with a small token of appreciation for being part of this special occasion.
We will now recognize individuals who excelled in one or more phases of training. The new pilots competed for academic, leadership, and flying training awards, as well as the top wingman, distinguished graduate, and the coveted ATC commander trophy. Each phase of training was carefully weighed in order to slight margin to separate the top performers. Family and friends, please come down and take photos as your graduates receive their awards. Please be mindful of our public parish fire reserve and taking official photos during this time. Lieutenant Colonel Tillman will present the Academic Excellence Award to the pilots whose overall academic test averages exceeded those of their peers. The recipient of the Academic Award for the T1 is Second Lieutenant Stacy L. Benson. The recipient of the Academic Award for the T6 is Second Lieutenant Daniel Aaron Salton.
Colonel Jans will present the Leadership Award. The Leadership Award is presented to officers who demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities and potential throughout this most rigorous and demanding military training program. The recipient of the Leadership Award for the T1 is Second Lieutenant Albert H. Menapol.
awards presented to the pilots whose daily flying performance and jet track scores exceeded those of their peers. The recipient of the Flying Training Award for the T1 is Second Lieutenant Stacy Owens. The recipient of the Flying Training Award for the T6 is Second Lieutenant Michael Burrito.
Will present the Top Women Award. Selected by their peers, the Top Women Award is presented to graduates who epitomize the support and teamwork critical to being a great human. The recipient of the Top Women Award for the T1 is Second Lieutenant Nicholas M. Benson. The recipient for the Top Women Award for the T6 is Second Lieutenant Hayden P. Olson.
Distinguished graduates. To be selected for this honor, students must maintain an exceptionally high average in all phases of training and finish in the top 10% of the class. The recipient of this distinguished graduate for the T1 is Second Lieutenant Stacy Owens. The first recipient of the distinguished graduate for the T6 is Second Lieutenant Michael Burrito. The second recipient of the distinguished graduate award for the T6 is Second Lieutenant Hayden P. Olson.
These pilots excel in both flying and academics, and demonstrated initiative and leadership qualities essential to the professional airplane officer. Additionally, they personify the tenets of the Order of the Medallions, a group dedicated to military aviation, personal integrity, and patriotism. General Nolan will present this special award reserved to the officers who attain the highest level of the winner of the AETC Commander's Trophy for T1 is Second Lieutenant Stacy Allen. The winner of the AETC Commander's Trophy for the T6 is Second Lieutenant Michael Ferrico.
At this time, Colonel Lundby would like to recognize the instructor pilots of the 3rd and the 8th Pilot Training Squadrons selected by Class 2515 who most embodied the Air Force core values during T6 T1 training and provided exceptional mentorship and instruction. Colonel Lundby will present the recipients with a plaque in recognition of their hard work. Receiving the award from the 3rd Flying Training Squadron, Captain Miguel Cruz.
It's a phone. No. I like it there.
Receiving the award from the 8th Flight Training Squadron, 8th Flight, Captain William Mason. Receiving the award from the 8th Flight Training Squadron, B Flight, Captain Caitlin. This concludes the awards portion of the ceremony, and now the time of the hallway tour. Colonel Lundby will formally present the diplomas and medals to our graduates. As they exit the stage, they will receive a number appointed their unique graduation number from the 71st Student Squadron, First Sergeant, Master Sergeant Christina Hammond. To new pilots, families, and friends invited to come on Air Force Base following graduation ceremony.
Having completed the required course of training, the following officers from Class 2515 are awarded the aeronautical rating of Air Force Pilot. Captain Brian A. Rose.
Captain Bryce A. Marshall.
Alberto C. Rivera Santel.
First Lieutenant Joshua T. Bates.
First Lieutenant Matthew P. Luigi.
First Lieutenant Harold B. Fazio.
First Lieutenant Deborah A. Duffman.
First Lieutenant Tomas F. Lemius.
First Lieutenant Joseph L. Scott.
Second Lieutenant Joseph E. Preston.
Second Lieutenant Nathaniel L. Boyer.
Second Lieutenant Michael T. Rickey.
Second Lieutenant Matthew S. Cunningham.
Second Lieutenant Brandon Henry Davis.
Second Lieutenant Aiden Dillard.
Second Lieutenant Daniel A. Ferenzani.
Second Lieutenant Michael A. Baruch.
Lieutenant Robert A. Clance.
Second Lieutenant Samantha A. Rivers.
Second Lieutenant Jeffrey S. Ekstrom.
Second Lieutenant Hunter A. Higginbotham.
Second Lieutenant Jack W. Armstrong.
Second Lieutenant Nicholas M. Hinson.
Second Lieutenant Anthony E. Jacobson.
Second Lieutenant William N. Johnson.
Second Lieutenant Ivan E. Kylos.
Second Lieutenant Ian J. Jones.
Second Lieutenant Aiden D. Colson.
Second Lieutenant Colin G. Wood.
Second Lieutenant Kyle D. Mason.
Second Lieutenant Albert H. Mendenhall.
Second Lieutenant Alexandra B. Murdoch.
Second Lieutenant Oakley J. Russell.
Second Lieutenant R. Osborne.
Second Lieutenant Jacob B. Pack.
Second Lieutenant Stacy L. Ritson.
Second Lieutenant Jeremy R. Rizzo.
Second Lieutenant Nicholas F. Scott.
Second Lieutenant Joseph H. Chavez.
Second Lieutenant William B. Shirley.
Second Lieutenant Tyler J. Sykes.
Second Lieutenant Alexander C. Woolard. To complete today's ceremony, Colonel Liberty will present the class to the back.
Ladies and gentlemen, class 2515 of the Air Force's new